This has really been, I think, the longest investigation time we've ever had in Ace Attorney, and I think it's by design that they are building up for, as we've seen, probably one of the most personal, probably one of the most intense trials we've ever done, and that is saying a lot for Ace Attorney because they can get very intense, especially the final trial. We're talking to That's a Rebel, and to talk to him as well about Nayuta and the Samadi law offices. It's been something we've been interested in for a while, is his feelings on Nayuta, so we're going to get to talk to him about this right now. Hello, BB Gangsters, by the way. This is Calvin, also known as Romer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice. Let's talk about the Samadi law offices first. So that's, you guys are still using this office, I see. Yep, so now it's the official HQ of the Defiant Dragons. But as Dirk said, and I quote, "We must keep it for the day when Karain needs lawyers once more." I love that. I still love that. That's such a great expression, right? He's so determined in his face too. He believes in this 100%, which is what you need. Restoring the legal system to its rightful form through popular uprising. You can tell how much Dirk believes in his cause. It's so beautiful to me. It's so beautiful. Oh, and AJ, Dirk said something else that might interest you. He said he hopes you'll come back and take over this office someday. That's interesting to me because I always saw Apollo taking over the Wright Anything agency. So it's a very interesting dynamic there, isn't it? Take over? Me? Those were his words. He may have been half joking though. Yeah, I wonder, it's so interesting to me because that dynamic would be so interesting because again, I think he wouldn't mind that. But I guess my vision was always him being the next owner of the Wright Anything agency, but yeah. Dirk, guess what I heard from Phoenix Wright? AJ's become a lawyer. Oh my god, he was so excited to tell him this too. I've been meaning to tell you. Must have been because of you, Dirk. I'm not so sure about that. I imagine he's already forgotten about me. What are you talking about? I bet he can't wait to follow in your footsteps. Nothing would make me happier. Maybe one day he'll return to Karain and take over this office. It's just a pipe dream, though. See, the thing is, he always thought of his son 110%, and I do think that there's probably some truth that he definitely became a lawyer because his dad was a lawyer. I think we also just acknowledged that Phoenix was one of his inspirations as well going forward through his career at law. He was there for that, But there's no denying that influence is for sure there, right? It had to be there. Dirk really said that? Dirk was never a hands-on kind of dad. But not a day went by when he wasn't thinking of you. That much I'm sure of. We've kind of gotten to the point where we love Dirk now, and we love the relationship with Apollo, and we love that Apollo is definitely feeling more inclined to be closer to Dirk. That's awesome. But we have to acknowledge that, I always love phrasing that people use. He wasn't a hands-on kind of dad. He wasn't there for 10 years. And then he left Apollo in America for 10 years, right? I know people can say, well, now Apollo's 25, but still, leaving a 15-year-old in America, and not seeing her for 10 years is still a big deal, Again, we're getting past that. If Apollo is happy to get past that, we're happy for Apollo, right? But I just always love phrasing that people use. It's very funny. Doesn't get more paternal than that. Dirk, and I think I really did spend my days trying to forget you. That's the thing, and no one blames you for that. I'm looking forward to a nice long talk once you're free. That's awesome. That's really awesome for you. Yeah, no one blames Apollo for wanting to forget him. It was painful. It was awful. Nobody ever is going to blame Apollo for that at all. Let's talk about Nayuta. Dad, wasn't Nayuta once part of the Defiant Dragons? Yeah, Beauty was a rising star in the Resistance. He vowed to fight for the cause through the legal system. Said he'd become a prosecutor and give Igna and Goron the smackdown they deserve. But now he's, puppet of the Grand regime. Yeah, this has hurt him since the moment we knew he knew Nayuta. Not only that, but now he's going to prosecute his own dad. It doesn't add up. I wonder what happened to him. Me too, but if I had to guess, I'd say Goron has some serious leverage over him. Leverage? Like what? Wish I knew. So that's the thing. We thought there might be something there as well that's keeping him there. I thought that it could be something that changed him along the way. But the idea that that Dats is bringing up here is, that there's some leverage. I don't think we talked about leverage. Maybe I'm thinking I did. I don't want to be just like, I thought about that. Because I'm thinking back now, maybe we talked about leverage in different ways. Maybe I'm just remembering the Phoenix Wright episode, but like, that could be a possibility. Maybe he does have something over him. Because we know that Nayuta definitely has still feelings of love towards Dirk. That's the way I read it anyway. Because when Dirk said you can come back at any time, he was shaken. It seems like Dirk knows. I tried to press him about it, but he wouldn't say. So Dirk does know something. He knows something is about the Nayuta's journey away from the Defiant Dragons. He knows something about that. Come to think of it, Dirk did say, Nayuta is suffering. Oh yeah, Nayuta is suffering. Yeah, he did say that. Yes, he knows the rightful state of Karain's legal system. But something forces him to bend the Ron's will, and it's tearing him apart. Yeah, he did say that, in fairness, he did say that. And here's the thing, like, I do forget stuff sometimes, but, like, I get reminded when it's brought up again, right? And that's good when Ace Attorney does that. Like, one of the big things I recently forgot was that we have the freaking Founder's Orb in our possession. And, like, it's so funny to me that, like, I forgot this. And I think what happens is when there's so many, like, there's a really crazy scene, you forget, like, sometimes, like, a detail that happened during it. But I know for a fact it was probably funny when, like, you guys were hearing me being like, where's the Founder's Orb? I bet somebody else took it. It's like, we have it. Yeah, I never, it's going to happen sometimes. You're going to forget some details. You're going to miss some things. It's going to happen. I bet Nayuta doesn't really want to go through with Dirk's prosecution. We got that idea as well, right? Do we have to examine this area a bit? Let's go from top to bottom, I guess. But yeah, like, we got that feeling that he is struggling in some way. We got that feeling that there's something in his mind that has upset him. I was thinking that, like, maybe it's the fact that Apollo has gone on and actually achieved things. And here's the thing, that could still be the case. Even if it's a situation where something's being held over his head, it might, like, frustrate him that Apollo got to go on and be the lawyer that the Defiant Dragons believed in and loved, even from afar, while he's doing the prosecution stuff, you know? So it does make sense that he would still feel that way, you know? But yeah, I think it's such an interesting dynamic having, you know, having Dats be so upset with Nayuta because he cared about him, right? And it's disappointing to him. And then you see the excitement he has for Apollo Justice. It's definitely intentional to be like, he loves Apollo Justice for what he's doing. And he probably still loves Nayuta, but like, he's just disappointed. But with Apollo, he's so proud of him, you know? You can definitely see that. Samedi Law Offices. That's the sign Dirk used to display out front. Hey, Dats. I heard the office used to be do quite a bit of business. That it did. Dirk was a famous lawyer with countless courtroom victories, after all. He was the dauntless dragon who turned trials upside down, snatching a victory from the jaws of defeat. His fame as a lawyer spread far and wide across Karain back in the day. I hope the day comes when you can proudly display this sign again. So that's why we're looking at this sign here as well. And that's the thing, it's like, it's a symbol of, like, the idea that it's not forgotten. Like, this whole room is a symbol that it's not forgotten. The fact that they still are working out of a law office is very symbolic, right? And the fact that this sign has not been thrown out is very symbolic, because we can hang it up again once we get our freedom, or once the lawyers get the freedom in this place, which in turn will help people get the freedom here in Karain. Dirk's jacket. You should try it on, Apollo. It might actually suit you. That would be cute. That would be very cute. Really? There's also a spare eye patch here. Why not try that on too? That's like so into the idea of like Apollo being back. He loves it. He just wants to see him like dress up as his dad. Oh, she's snickering at us. Sorry. Just picturing you and all that. It's just too funny. I mean, Apollo did technically have like an eye patch in a way, right? He had the bandage. Oh, my pride. In a way. I know it's not the same thing. In a way. Wait. Don't tell me we have to go back through the manhole to get out of here. The only reason to say the safe house is still safe is because the front door is boarded up. Exactly, 100%. It feels like a rundown place. If you could just come and go as you please through the front door, it would definitely, like, you know, not be good. Fine, I'll just have to live here till the revolution begins. What if I told you rats come out at night? Then we just have to start the revolution before sundown. Honestly, you know, fair. You know, we're gonna start the revolution. That's very funny. Like, that's very, very funny, Athena. I bet the revolution never thought to get a new ally this way. she's gonna lead the rebellion because she doesn't want to see any rats. She's such an unbelievably charming character, isn't she? She always is. She's so funny. I'm surprised to see so many appliances here. There's even a TV. Speaking of which, we gave people of Crane quite a shock when the Plume Punisher Warrior Neo of Twilight Realm was last on TV. You mean that show where actors played the parts of Dirk and Rafa? You hijacked that in the middle of the broadcast, right? It was such a great moment. Such a cool moment. Yep, all their writers do each week is try to ruin the Defiant Dragon's good name. So we decided to hit them when it hurts. That must have been real shocking, especially for the kids who waited all week to see it, 100%. I mean, the show's main villain was actually hijacking the very show he's in. That would have been terrifying, yeah. Like, again, if you see Dirk as like the boogeyman, I would have been so scared. And put yourself in the kid's shoes, by the way. It's very important that they did what they did there, hijack that show, the most popular show, whatever. But I think also at the same time, too, if you interrupted Yu-Gi-Oh! When I was a kid for a broadcast, I know like you're going to be like, Calvin, that's super selfish. I was like, what? Like, I was like a baby. Like, if you interrupted Yu-Gi-Oh! And were like, an important announcement from the news, I'd be like, what the hell? Put back on Yu-Gi-Moto, please. What's with all the spider webs, that's? Don't you ever clean the place? Not the webs. We have what you call a symbiotic relationship. I agree with this if I think I know what he's about to say. They catch the bugs that get in here, and I don't clean them up. This is actually a real thing that happens. The thing is, like, I think if it gets too messy, you have to do something sometimes. But, like, spiders tend to kill flies and bugs and stuff like this too, so it's actually beneficial sometimes to keep them around. I don't have any spiders, and like actually, like, you know, it's not like I'm like gonna be like, oh, I can't wait to keep all these spiders in here. But like, I think you can do that. I've heard people doing that as well. Like, I haven't personally done that, but I know that like people do that, where they keep the spiders around to kill the flies and stuff like that as well. You know, that actually makes a lot of sense. It works. Apparently it does work. But then again, I don't know if it works like in terms of like doing it perfectly, if it works in a way that's kind of like, it just alleviates some of the flies. But the thing is, in most places, like, you're not going to like get a heavy amount of flies indoors. But so it doesn't really matter that much in, like, say, most residential places. But you're talking about being underground in the sewers and in a dark, dingy, cold place. You're probably going to get like a lot of flies and bugs. Yeah, 100%. Wait, do we have to move somewhere or something? No. Wait, maybe we can present something? We should keep examining first of all, just in case, just so we can see all the stuff here. 100%. That's what's with the altar. It's where we pay respects to the victims of the Defense Culpability Act. The DC Act is a heinous law that puts innocent people to death. True, very true. A law that's supposed to protect the people sends them to their graves instead. Yep. Talk about insane. It's a horrible law. It's a horrid law. There's a scary looking knife sticking out of the Queen's picture. If anyone saw this, I think the Defiant Dragons were a violent group. I mean, again, I don't tell anyone I said this, but like most rebellions that were successful had violence in them. It's just a fact. It's just, if you look throughout history, the most successful rebellions and revolts were through violence. It's just history. It's just plain and simple, black and white text history. That the majority, like, as I say all the time, Ireland would still not be free if it wasn't for people in my country fighting tooth and nail to protect people and died for this place. 110%. 110%. It's just fact. It's just fact. And the people always go, well, we would eventually got our freedom. Yeah, like 100 years later. You know what I mean? Like maybe 100 years later, 80 years later. Like, you're basically telling the people who are like basically second-class citizens in their own freaking country to be like, hey, by the way, you know, you don't have the same rights as people who have colonized you. You don't have all this stuff as well. But wait 100 years and you'll maybe get those things. You know what I mean? You can't tell them that. 100%. They're being horribly, horribly mistreated in terms of the people who came before me. 100%. Oh, that was actually me trying to kill a fly. I love that it looks like they're like, we're gonna kill the queen, but it's actually a fly. That's very dots. I threw the knife but whiffed, and the thing ended up stuck right between her eyes. I mean, it's on a dartboard, so they were throwing darts at her face. You mean this wasn't on purpose? It has a cool effect, though, 100%. I think we've looked at everything but this. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying, you guys know I'm not like a violent person, but I acknowledge like history and factual history. You know what I mean? Revolutions are born of, I'm not saying 100%. 99% of them are successful through some sort of violence that puts on a pressure on a system. 100%. Look, there's a mark on the cover. It looks like it was branded on with a hot iron. Yeah, I think it was done in protest against the Defense Culpability Act. There's an entry on the DC Act right here, see? In the name of eminence, those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. Also, this infamous anti-lawyer law you guys are talking about. Dirk's law book added to the court record. So I'm guessing... No, there's still this, okay. I wonder what's in this file. Well, it's full of newspaper clippings. The arson incident involved... Oh, here's what we're looking for, actually. The arson incident involving Mara's private evidence. Mara's was slipped a sleeping pill and perished in the fire. That's horrific. The lighter found at the scene had Dirk's fingerprints on it. It seemed to be a collection of documentation and information on Mara's assassination. So this is what Dirk was talking about. We already know most of the stuff here on top. Let's see what else there is. Wow, where did he get all this? Anything important here? Page 20. Apollo's roving musician father caught up in an incident and lost his life. He was struck in the head by the culprit. The victim's passport and any pictures of him were burned up in the fire. Without knowing his real name, no divination seance could be performed. My real dad. I was never interested in learning about him. But after seeing his picture, I can't help but feel a little curious. I wonder if Dad could tell me anything about him. 110%. Maybe we can ask him about this. That's horrible, man. Imagine having to read up on your dad's death, really horrific stuff. Paul, this file looks like might be useful, but there are many pages. I can't tell what's important. We need someone to help organize all of this. And I think I know just the person to ask. Who's that? Maybe that's... So it says here, yeah, it was all burnt in the fire as well, so I wonder how he was connected to this. That's about this file. Can you help me figure out which pages are the most relevant? Yep, sure can. I got the whole thing memorized. See this page? It's definitely worth a look. As the son of a terrorist, Dirk, Naruto was expelled from the royal family. The idea that the sins of the father are visited upon his children is deeply rooted in the minds of Curnese people. So because he was the son of the queen, he was. So the idea that he, oh my god, wait a second, this has to be Amara then, right? Because the hair. I thought it was just that she had gray hair. But it's no, like from maybe you know when people get gray hair when they turn 30 or something. So I wonder if that has to be Naruto then. Yeah, of course he was part. He was part of the royal family. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. He was the son of the queen. But he was expelled after that whole thing with Dirk happened. He must have gone through the hell once he entered the legal world, though. Because the sins of the father are visited upon his children thing, which is again so horrible. You cannot control what your parents do. Yet in the eyes of the people, Dirk is not only a traitor to his kingdom, he's also the terrorist who assassinated the previous queen. This makes Dad so angry. You can see in his the way he's clenching his fist. It's so frustrating for him. So as his son, Yudi had no doubt got the cold shoulder at every turn. That must have been really hard on him. Yeah, the ties between father and son aren't something you could break even if you tried. No matter where he went, he was probably labeled the son of a criminal. But despite it all, he made a name for himself through blood, sweat, and tears. I mean, just look at him now. He's a star prosecutor working cases around the globe. You know what's so crazy about this? That's a rebel is disappointed in Naruto, but you can sense there's still a little bit of a pride in him. He feels like the uncle to Apollo and Naruto to me. He's become a hero, the pride and joy of Karain. But you don't feel that way fully now. And that's the Naruto I know, super smart and never willing to give in. He must have studied and fought like his life depended on to get to where he just. Well, I guess no. What he's saying is he's become a hero of Karain. To the people of Karain, he is a hero. He's not wrong about that, for sure. The Mars assassination file updated in the court record. Right, because for a second I was like, you don't see him as a hero, but to the people of Karain, Naruto is revered, 100%. Is there anything else we can present here? Or is there anything else we missed? Okay, so we finished examining, so we just have to talk to him about stuff, then maybe present stuff to him. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button again like an idiot. What else can we present? The picture of our father? I wanted to ask you about this picture. That's the picture of your pops that Dirk found. And he had a heck of a time tracking it down. He said he searched all over for it. Why? Why would he go through all that trouble? Dad, please tell us everything you know about Apollo's dad. Oh, there we go. Do you know what my biological father was like? Dirk once told me about him. He was a modern minstrel, walking the world and making music in his travels. This file also has some information on your real dad. It says he died in the blaze of Queen Amara's residency 23 years ago. That's right. Dirk had invited him over. Dirk's the kind of guy who can become fast friends with just about anyone. And it seems your pops was like that too, AJ. They hit it off at the bar, so they literally just hung out that day for the first time? And next thing you know, Durst asked him to come over and play some tunes. And then the place went up in flames. I don't know how people do that, because I'm like very much like home comfort type of person. Once the night is done with the night out, it's like, guys, see ya. We'll come back to your place for drinks? No. See you guys. I have no problem, like, I know it sounds like I'm antisocial. I'm actually like being social, but again, I think I've said before, like once 5 o'clock hits, I'm just like, I become very like, I like my comforts, you know? There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, Dirk had just stepped out for a second when the fire broke out. Jesus Christ, just like that? Apollo, you there too, but you were still just a baby. I remember hearing about that when I was little. It was a crying shame. Your pops just happened to take you along that day. So you were with him when the fire broke out. But Dirk risked his life to save you. It's like Dirk's done nothing but save me all my life. I mean, as your dad, he takes that seriously. Even I know, like, you could, again, I'll always bring up the argument. It's like, well, he did leave for 10 years. This is factual. But also at the same time too, like, it's very clear he has a love for Apollo, and always did. Even beyond that, I know, like, it's complicated. I know you can argue that 100%. But I don't think you can deny that love. And yeah, it's like, I will always criticize the 10-year thing, but we're moving in the right direction now. That's the thing, and we're remembering the good times. Which to me, if that's healthier for Apollo, I'm all for it, you know? Including anything that could have helped us identify him. All we knew about him at first was his stage name, Jangly Justice? Or something like that. Dirk did everything he could to dig up what we know now. So that's probably when Dirk took us in, I bet. What about my mother? Do you know anything about her? She's still alive. All we know is she was traveling with your pops. But that day, she was off doing something on her own. So then she probably didn't even know my father had been with Dirk, huh? But she must have been desperate to find you and your father once you'd gone missing. If only we knew the true story of this. No doubt, but the Queen's assassination threw the kingdom into chaos. The police were so overwhelmed, they were probably hardly any help to her. We searched and searched till our legs gave out. Too, but we never found her. And with your father's stuff all burned up, we had zero leads, not even a photo. She literally, like, went into, like, this kind of, like, weird pseudo-hiding. Obviously, she went on and had, like, her own career and stuff, I guess, too. But, like, once she became La Mawar, it really felt like she was totally different, you know? So that's how I became an orphan. Yeah, who knows? Maybe your mom read about the details in the fire in the newspaper. Maybe she figured you died along with your pops. I wonder, though. I think that there's a lot of things in Ace Attorney of people, like, trying to, like, give people, like, better lives or something. I don't know if she thought, like, he'd be better off or something. I don't know. It's hard for me to remember back, like, all the details of what she said before. I know you've been through all that, Apollo. So then you believe me? You believe in my son's innocence? Old man? What? Wait, what? Wait, did that say old man? What's believed doing here? Oh, so she was part of the rebellion. Jesus Christ. They literally broke her out, didn't they? Your poor son in prison for a crime he didn't commit. Let's petition the government for his release and declaration of innocence. Oh, thank you. I'm forever in your debt. Who's the old man? Who's that? Wait, what? Hey there, Miss Amy. Hard at work, I see. Yes, I have my own battle that must have... Is she channeling an old man? After all, there are many who suffer under the defense culpability. That doesn't make... Miss Amy, please don't forget about our case, too. What? Oh, you know what's happening? I'm guys, I got so confused there. I thought that they were doing Dirk's dad. I was so confused. I was like, wait, so there's more people in here than just like us, obviously. Because I was like, old man, so you believe in my son's innocence? I thought they were talking about Dirk and they were going to do a reveal of like the old man is Dirk's dad. And then when I saw this here, I was like, okay, it's other people talking to Mrs. Inme. Believe. I won't. I will look into it as soon as I'm able. What's Mrs. Inme doing here? I mean, she was technically like married to a rebel, right? And she was a rebel herself. I mean, they broke out of prison. She's lending an ear to all those who are suffering under the regime of wrongful accusations. A lady whose husband's been imprisoned, parents whose son's been falsely charged. She's helping all those types of people. This is so important as well to showcase that it's not just happening to our characters that we adore. It's not just happening to Albie. It's not just happening to Maya. It's not just happening to Dirk. It's not just happening to what's going to happen to Apollo. It's not just happening to Phoenix. It's not just happening to people we love. It's also these people in Karain who are all affected by what's been happening here. It's 100% trying to show that here. So she's trying to help the revolution along? In her own special way, yes. And I think it's like what's important as well with what they're showing here too is like, do what you can, right? Everyone can play their part. Yep. And thanks to her, more and more folks are coming to our side, which is awesome. It gives me so much hope. It gives me so much hope that people are starting to believe in this. Every rebellion's the same. Again, I always call back at the Irish Rebellion, but like people had big jobs and small jobs during that day on the 1916 and during those days in the leading up to the 1916 Rising. They had big jobs, small jobs, people were on the front lines, people were behind, people doing logistics. There were so many people involved, you know? All the people who've been unhappy with the regime have been waiting for just this chance. That's so freaking awesome. It's been bubbling up. It's kind of like when there's like one rude person in like the group and like no one wants to call them out because they're always being so mean, but then all it takes is like one person to call them out and then everyone's like, yeah, that's true. And in this case, now that it feels like the tide is turning, now that it feels like something is changing, more people are willing to come forward and step up against this. It's awesome. They're starting to speak out in support of us. The people are responding. And a grassroots movement is growing. It's awesome. It feels so freaking good. Their extreme of a revolution may finally come true. What should we do about the Founder's Orb? But we don't have that. I said that. I'm joking. It's so funny that like I forgot this, guys. It's so funny. And again, it is because of details. Because like we record like 3 episodes a week and then like maybe there's like a big like say today I'm recording on a Friday. I won't be recording again until maybe, you know, Monday or Tuesday or whatever. Possibly Tuesday. So it's one of those situations where you know, you tend to forget stuff in between days. It's different when playing a game all in a row. Like if I played this game by myself, I would be playing it like 5 hours in a row. You know what I mean? It's just not the way things go, you know? We'll probably run into the Royal Guards again the moment we leave this place. Again, I love this because it adds that tension, the fact that we do have something to hide, you know? Because beforehand I was just like, oh, we're just running and that's the tension. It's also because we do have something to hide from them. I also, just to put a pin in what we were talking about before, I love that we're now hearing about the rebellion and how it's growing. It means so freaking much to me. I'm so into this. I'm so excited about this. And I love how naturally they've shown how it's grown over time because that's how it happens. It grows over time. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger like a snowball. And trying to stop it just makes it bigger too. Well, we can't stay here forever, so I'll have to think of something. I've got it. Why don't you hold it on to it, Dats? It should be safe here, right? You can count on me. I'll get it back to you in time for tomorrow's trial at the Hall of Justice. Founder's Orb left with Dats. I actually do trust Dats with this, I do. If he stays here, you know, knowing Dats, he would like, you know, try and get arrested again. What now, Apollo? Well, we've got a handle on what happened 23 years ago. Maybe we should pay Dirk a visit. There's something I want to show him. I'll join you. Oh, we have Phoenix with us. I want to talk to him before tomorrow's trial. Maybe I should wait here then. Fair enough, if you want to. We'd love for you to come along. We'll attract undue attention if you go into a... Yes, that's so true. Yeah, if you go in a large group, it would attract more people. Okay, awesome. Yeah, that's an awesome scene. Not only like hearing about his opinions on Nayuta, because his feelings on Nayuta, clearly I think there's still a little bit of pride within his heart for Nayuta, but there's also, he can't help but just be incredibly disappointed. And also just like learning about like more about the stuff with Apollo's dad, how devastating that is, and like how he didn't even know him at that point too, but it's clear he got caught up in all this stuff as well. And then hearing about, obviously, as we said, the rebellion, how it's rising, how everyone's doing their part, it just makes me super, super excited for what's to come. Let's talk to Dirk. Back at the detention center, right? May 18th, and he's just sitting there smiling. Detention center. I was going to say visitor room. Sometimes I just can't speak. I don't know why. Hey there, son. Came to see your old man again? Hi, Dirk. Guess they're done questioning you? Yeah, you think that Nayuta might have cut his old man some slack, but no. I think there's a very like, I think there's like an emotional blockage with Nayuta. And I think he feels like whatever if there is something that they're holding over him that's making him suffer. I think there's probably an element as well of burying yourself into your work as well that probably makes it feel like, you know, better. He really leaned into me. Seems they're really keen on recovering the Founder's Orb. When I wouldn't tell them where it was, he confiscated what few possessions I had left. Wait, Dirk's not wearing his attorney's badge. They took his attorney's badge? They even took that from him? That's psychological. That is 100% psychological. I know you could say, well, they're taking that because he's not a lawyer right now, whatever. But that's trying to take away the thing he's proud of. That's trying to take away his spirit. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that's what they're trying to do here. Let's talk about Nayuta. He confiscated all my prized jailbreaking tools. Oh yeah? I guess that's probably something that would happen, yes. What did you expect? I mean, no prosecutor in the right mind would let a prisoner keep stuff like that. Did he take your attorney's badge too? No. I thought it's strange, but... Oh, that's so interesting. That's even more interesting than taking it, because beforehand I was like, oh, that's a psychological thing to like make someone feel less than. But letting him keep it means that he thought about taking it, but he couldn't bring himself to take it off his dad. That's so interesting. Something in him made him not want to take it. I wonder why. Indeed. I find it hard to understand anything he does these days. That's so interesting, isn't it? He, like, because you can imagine that scene where he takes it and like, probably in a very bitter way, but then goes, in his head, he's like, I can't, you know? That means there is care there. That means there is like a guilt there in some ways. Whatever's being held over him, there's a guilt there. Your attorney's badge? Your current attorney's badge. You've worn it all these years, even though all the lawyers are gone. Again, I love that. I love that they keep the idea. They keep the fire warm. You know when people say, I'll keep the fire warm for you to come home? It really feels like they're keeping the fire warm for the laws to change. They're not giving up hope. I think, you know, still having the sign of the law offices in the room, still having the badge, it all shows that they have not given up. Yes, because the dragon's eye is in the embodiment of my creed. To show the world that a dragon never yields, huh? And I love that. I freaking love that. Look at him here, man. Hey, Dirk. Why'd you still wear your badge? You're not a lawyer anymore, right? This badge is my heart and soul, son. I'll never stop trying to realize my dream. Now to my very last breath. A dragon never yields, right? Exactly. Nayuta, Apollo, I vow to restore the Kearney's legal system to its rightful state one day. Man, it's so crazy how, like, this is something that, like, has been thought of by, like, Apollo and Nayuta, and they've heard this since they were, like, young as well, right? I want to pass on to you a world where you can live free of fear of tyranny. He was always saying stuff like that to the two of us. Nayuta, is the reason why you didn't take Dirk's badge? Because you still remember those talks too? I think, again, we know there's emotions in him pent up. 100%. But it's almost like he's either trying to conceal them or he's trying to just forget them. I really hope that's what it is. It's something for sure. Would you keep my badge for me? Are you sure? I can't take something so important to you. That's exactly why I want you to hold on to it, Apollo. I'm placing my fate in your hands. Oh, it's symbolic as well. Yeah. The idea of like, you know, not only just handing over like protection of an item, a physical item, it's the future of Dirk in your hands. You know? It's a trust being placed in Apollo. Alright, I'll make sure it stays safe. That's really beautiful. The symbol Dirk's created, dragon never yields, now you'd have never confiscated it. It's a beautiful way of showing that. Because while it's just a physical item, it's more than just that, right? It's legitimately like a symbol of Dirk's future, his passion, his rebellion, everything. It's all in that one item, and he's entrusting it to Apollo. So what should we present here? I guess we should... Should we present the picture of the father first? That's the only remaining photo of your father. Take good care of it. I will. I'm just surprised to see it after all these years. I had a tough time tracking it down and retrieving it. It was taken by some European tourists who just happened to be watching your Oh, okay. So they were taking pictures in the pub, I guess. I had one of my men go to Europe to look... Oh, really? I had one of my men go to Europe to look them up and ask them where we could have it. That is dedication. Like, to try and find that same photographer and get the picture. They were probably shocked. But then again, I think anyone would understand. If I took a picture of someone's dad, and then they died, and it's the only picture of your dad left, and you came to me years later asking for that picture, I wouldn't be shocked. I'd be kind of like, yeah, that makes sense, have it. You know? Even though, like, in fact, I'd be more impressed by the tenacity to get that picture, and the passion, right? You went through all that trouble? I did, so don't go losing it or anything. I said I'd take good care of it, didn't I? So what else can we present to him? Maybe the files on... Yeah, the files. I prepared them myself. Use it well. I'm surprised you were able to gather this much information. It wasn't easy. After all of the evidence from the assassination was lost in the fire. And the newly installed Garon regime was in full control of the media. Every lead I tried to follow led to a dead end. Yeah, and that's the thing. If you're like, and there's like partial control of like the media in most countries now, where they, you know, you'll see it all the time with I think it's more in America than others, but it's in a lot of countries too, where like some news stations are just literally just like propaganda for the government. You know what I mean? And that happens, and it's not just in America. It happens in so many places where news stations will literally just like run defense for, you know, different presidents, and it depends on the day, and it depends on the freaking you know, channel as well. And I think it happens in Ireland too. It's not just America. I find in Ireland, like, you know, you'll have news stations that like will favor a candidate more, and like they're really pushing it, you know, really pushing for this candidate sometimes. It's just the nature of politics. It's horrible, but it's just what happens. And in this case, it's like, you know, concealing stuff. So how am I supposed to solve this case? You'll figure something out once tomorrow's trial is underway. After all, no one's looked into this assassination since my last trial. I hope I can turn things around enough to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. We'll have to try. That's all we can do. I want to present this. Is that for me, son? No, I was just wondering if you knew anything about it. You came to visit me and you didn't even bring a present? Wait, so I'm guessing that's not Amara? I thought that could have been Amara. I guess we can present this. Careful with that. Don't go showing around town. You'll be branded a rebel. But I'm not a rebel. Don't be ridiculous. You're a member of the Defiant Dragon simply by being my son. Again, even here's the thing. I don't mind being a Defiant Dragon. I'd love to be. But he's correct in saying that in the eyes of the law, we technically are a Defiant Dragon now. And they're not going to see us any different. It's the same thing we said to Albie. Like, regardless of, like, Albie, you know, wanting to, I know it's, like, a little bit different. But if Albie commits a crime, like, you know, they're going to see him that's in favor of the rebels. He's going to be seen as a rebel. Regardless. I know he wanted to become a rebel, but still. Or do you think that the dragon tattoo on your rear end was just for... We have a dragon tattoo on our rear end? What? Show us. Show us your butt. Apollo, show us your butt. Show us your butt right now. Paul's like, Calvin, you want to see my tattoo? You have a tattoo? No, no. Let me see. Relax, Athena. He's just jerking our chains again. And the fact that it's so hilarious that Athena's first response was, let me see, let me see. I think that is, it's kind of like, when you find out a pal has kind of like an embarrassing tattoo and you go like, oh, let me see what it looks like, Very, very funny. So wait, we can't talk anything else, right? We can't say anything else. It has to be something we have to present, right? So maybe this? Oh, this, of course. Yeah. I found this in the tomb. Look familiar? Oh, he's really taken back by this. Dirk? Where did you find it? Down between the monk statues in the tomb? It is yours, Dirk. Oh, it's something I bought. Why is he suddenly acting all awkward? I wonder when I lost it. Let's have it. It's very important to me. Of course. I'll just make a note about it for future reference. So he did care about this in some way. Seemed to belong to Dirk, stained with the victim's blood. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Okay. Apollo, remember how Ignis said he had someone dear to Dirk? Why don't you ask him about that? I'm wondering now, if it's all fallen into place, it probably still is Nayuta. I wonder if he still has something hanging over Nayuta, and that's what maybe we're kind of leading to. If Dat says that and Dirk says that, I wonder if there is like something like that he had over Nayuta. All right, I'll give it a try. I love Phoenix like asking Apollo to ask that question instead, which is really, really nice. It's like he's not like trying to butt in on his part of the conversation or his job. He's like, hey, you do it, but giving him a little bit of advice. What did the minister mean when he said he had someone dear to you in the palm of his hand? Who was he talking about? Nayuta seemed to know, but he wouldn't tell me anything. Well, I've no idea, so... Well, you obediently followed his every word after he said that. So it seems to me the minister was in close proximity to someone you really care about. Oh, someone you really care about that isn't Nayuta? Wait, don't tell me, wait. Is there a new lady in your life, Dirk? What? No, don't be ridiculous, son. I mean, here's the thing. I understand not wanting to move on from your loved one, but I think even like most people will find someone in 20 years, right? The love of my life was Amara, but she's gone now and there'll never be another. That's very beautiful. It's very beautiful. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Like, that's a really beautiful sentiment. It really is. But if you found like another loved one, you wouldn't be shocked, right? You wouldn't hold it against him. Oh. My bracelet. Wait, does this mean... Dirk, have you really not met somebody new? So he has met somebody new? So we have to perceive on this as well. Yeah, I love the way Phoenix is handling this case, by the way, before we do this. I love the way he's kind of like he's not taking the lead. He's letting Apollo kind of take the lead while giving some input and advice every once in a while and asking a question. And he like the way he kind of asked the question there as well. It's like he's there as a support system rather than like totally leading it himself. Let's try this out. Go with the face first, I guess. This is always such an interesting mechanic as well, though. Is that it? The look up to the sky? Gotcha! No? You seem uneasy, Dirk. Wait, don't tell me you're ashamed because she's so much younger than you. Don't be ridiculous. I'm getting tense because of your intrusive questions. Anyone will react that way. I guess that's not it. Still, my bracelet. So I thought it was his eye to the sky. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We can try it again. I thought it was his eye to the, like, looking to the sky, but I guess he's doing that already, so that's my bad. His hand is down here. So it has to be the green text, right? It usually shows up green, right? So maybe it's there'll never be another? Maybe not always. Maybe I'm just misremembering that there's going to be green text. Maybe I made that up. Listen again, let's see. So we didn't notice anything on the face the first time. We didn't notice anything in the hand, so maybe we'd look towards... Maybe it is on the face somewhere. Maybe this hand or something. I thought it was the eye to the sky. No? What? Like... This is a hard one. Oh. Is that actually... What's that coming from, though? What is that? Oh, it's just him pressing his hand a bit? Oh, I didn't even notice that. Okay. Because I was thinking, what are the spots? I go face, arm, elbow. Gotcha! What is that? Dirk, you can't fool me. You tensed up when you said, but she's gone now. And you unconsciously moved your arm. Oh, so it's him moving his arm. Okay, okay, that's fine. Causing him to press up against your jacket. Oh, it's an outline of something? How did you do that? Oh, so that's it. You're hiding a woman's photo up your sleeve. Wait, for real? You don't have to keep secrets like that from me, Dirk. You're an eligible bachelor now. But you'll introduce her to me some point, right? I keep telling you there's no other woman. Fine, let me see it. What are you hiding up your sleeve? It's just this. Satisfies the same thing to be handed back to him? But that's the pendant we found in the Mara's tomb. See, I wasn't trying to hide anything. Then why did he tense up? Dirk, let me take a look at that. He's very tense about this. Oh, there's a button on it. So that is Amara. That is a picture of Amara. Okay, he didn't react to it earlier. It's a picture of Dirk and some lady, and she's really young looking too. Wait. So it's not Amara? Mind you, are you into younger women, Dirk? Dirk, you old dog, you got yourself a younger lover. That's not, I'm never gonna be, I never will ever live to be one of those people. That's like, oh, younger woman, eh? Like, whatever. We stop this nonsense. This is Amara before she died. If you look closer, you'll see that I was younger too. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, 100%, he's like younger here as well. Hey, you're right. I love that like they were just trying to like at this point press his buttons. That's no fun. I mean, it's no fun for the scandalous nature of it, but like I think it makes more sense now at least. That's no fun. Wait a second. Haven't we seen this woman before? She was the one in the picture. Now that you mention it, isn't that woman the same as the one in the pendant's photo? Yeah. I literally tried to present this area because I was like, who's this? So we know it is Amara for sure. The woman in the pendant is also the one in the photo. Apollo, where did you get this? From the safe in Igna's room. Apollo. If this is Queen Amara, it had to have been taken at least 23 years ago. But that's not possible? Oh my god. Wait. How did I not pick up on this? Because we didn't know who it was fully. The freaking book! The symbol! Oh my freaking god. Why would there be a Defiant Dragons logo on the freaking book? If Amara died. And that's one of the reasons why the whole Defense Culpability Act started. What the hell? Yeah, I just noticed the same thing. Here's why this photo couldn't be 23 years old. Take a look at the law book. It has on the mark of the Defiant Dragons branding on it. But that mark didn't exist until after you started the revolutionary activities, Dirk. This is insane. I didn't even pick up on that. So this photo must have been taken after Gran came into power. And that didn't happen until after Amara was assassinated. So then how could Amara even be in this photo? Oh, Dirk, you have to answer. Wait a second. That would mean that Amara is... No. How does... How? How? Where? Where could she be? Is that what Rafa said when Rafa saw the freaking book? Did Rafa also realize this too? Looks like you found me out. Dirk. What the hell? This is huge. Wait, so it's actually true? That is massive. That is bigger than... That is the biggest reveal in this game. The whole Defense Company Act started on the basis that they said that he assassinated Amara. So Igna knew that Amara was alive then. What the hell? Someone near to Dirk. Dirk, what do you mean Amara's still alive? I thought you'd been assassinated. So did I. So he was led to believe that. Guys, my heart is pounding. That is a crazy reveal. But it seems she made it out alive, only to be held captive by the Grand Regime. Why would they do that? When I fled from the law and went underground 23 years ago, I heard some shocking news from a Defiant Dragon spy. There were rumors of Queen Amara being sighted in the that must have been a freaking shock. Jesus. The woman you love? All of a sudden, being spotted? And those rumors turned out to be true? I snuck into the palace to see for myself. She was confined within the grounds, but otherwise she was oh my god, that must have been such a stunning moment for Dirk. Like, how do you even come to terms with that? So then the sarcophagus is in the tomb, it's empty? That's true. That entire tomb was one big charade. Gran had it built to stage Amara's death. So it was staged. Did Amara agree to the staging? So we're not going to be cursed by her vengeful spirit? That's what Athena's thinking about from the back of when she touched the sarcophagus. She was being held under arrest. So I freed her and we made a run for it. Okay, that's good to know. At least she wasn't like doing it on purpose. This photo was taken back then. Look at how they're both grinning from ear to ear. There's a fingerprint on the metal part. I guess Dirk must have left it by accident. Oh, Mr. Samadi, I want to hear all about how you ran away with the Queen Amara. It is a beautiful story, him breaking her out of captivity and all this stuff too. But guys, my brain is still kind of melting. Because this has been one of the biggest truths since for a while, right? And it's an Ace Attorney thing to do. Take something and turn it completely on its head. Pink butterfly pendant update in the court record. Jesus Christ. This is huge. I'm surprised Amara agreed to run away with you. I mean, the Garan must have told her that you tried to kill her. I tried to convince her that I wasn't the one who set it ablaze. And she believed you? She said, and I quote, I shall accompany you so I may ascertain the truth myself. She kind of probably partially believed it, I'd say, in some way. She was a tough one to read. This is insane. This is so insane. I bet she's thrilled as you came to rescue Mr. Samadi. To be set free by your beloved. It's like something out of a fairy tale. Honestly, it is very adorable. I love this. Is one of my favorite Athena looks, honestly. Yeah, well, there was no happily ever after once Garon's people caught up with us. They took Amara away to who knows where, so they still caught up with her again? I snuck back into the palace and searched high and low for her, but to no avail. Yeah, once you find the first place, they're going to make sure that the next place is going to be even harder to find, right? They probably moved her to some remote mountain prison or the like. Dirk, does Nayuta know about this? He knows she's his true mother. I told him as much. Wait, is that why Nayuta is following Garan's orders? Oh, maybe that's what they have over Nayuta as well. They have his mother. That's honestly like it would make a lot of sense. That would make a lot of sense, most likely. So then you think that deep down he doesn't really want to prosecute you? Well, he's not one to show his feelings. And lately I've had no idea what he's thinking. Apollo, we need to grill the queen about What? I mean, okay, but... That's huge. That's a huge deal. I was wondering about something. The little baby the lady's holding, is that Nayuta? Is that Prosecutor Samadi? Not necessarily. It could just as well be me. After all, we're only 1 year apart. I don't know. I mean, the kid in the picture is too cute to... There's that sibling dynamic once again. Let's settle this by asking Dirk himself. This is huge. This is huge. This is huge. What a freaking massive change. Dirk, about the cute little kid in his photo. Honestly, it makes sense why he didn't answer us the first time we showed this picture. He didn't want to acknowledge it at the time. It makes sense now. Is that me? Huh? What are you talking about? See? I told you it was Prosecutor Samadi. Oh, I see. Well, either way, it's not just you, son. So then, if it's not Yuta, it was taken when he was about 1 year old, right? And that would mean you ran away with Amara around 22 or 23 years ago? You're pretty good with numbers, son. Impressive. I love these just like praising him here now as well. What kind of answer is that? So, woman's photo updating the court record. A photo showing Dirk and Amara's life about to run on the run 23 years ago. I can't believe I didn't even notice the book at the time, guys. Before we go, son, there's something else I need to tell you. Something important. What is it, Dirk? I've never seen you act so serious before. What's the something important? So, what's so crazy? Wait. We had Amara's not dead. Her death was faked. They went on the run together. And now you're telling me there's something even more important. Or maybe not more important, but just something important. So what's this something important you have to tell me? Listen, son, even if you manage to prove me innocent tomorrow, I don't have long to live. What? He doesn't have long to live? What are you talking about? What I mean is I can already hear the Twilight Realm calling my name. Wait, is there something wrong? There's no escaping death now that it has its sights on... How? What do you mean? Explain. What? Please explain what you mean. Isn't it one of your jokes? No, he should have to explain. He should have to explain exactly what he means. You can't just say this and not explain. I'm sorry I'm not getting frustrated because obviously like something's wrong here for sure. But like, this is just kind of scary. I wish it was. You can't fool me, Dirk. Oh, Apollo was like trying to like, you can see the nervous laugh as well. It's like a desire for it to be a joke. That's strange. Oh. Masterful way of doing that, but oh, that hits your heart. Masterful way of doing that. Oh my god, my whole body just got chills. The reason why that's masterful is that it literally is a superb way of utilizing a mechanic that we already know, which is the bracelet. And now that the bracelet, and we know the bracelet detects when someone's kind of not telling the truth, or someone's uncomfortable in their truth. He's telling the truth. He thinks he's gonna die. Are you sick? It's something like that. Oh, please let us know. So you're not joking? I'm afraid not, son. Sorry. Isn't there a cure? This whole episode's making me feel so sick. At least some sort of treatment? Unfortunately not. Not for what I've got. Jesus freaking Christ. This music's so beautiful as well, but I can't like truly sit and enjoy it because this is like... This is one of the most intense episodes of reveals we've ever had in Ace Attorney. And here's the thing, I want to make it clear here. Like, I feel for Dirk 100%, but as you guys know, like, I think a lot of my feelings as well are like kind of like... Apollo just found his freaking dad. He just found his dad. If you need some kind of surgery, I'll work hard until... Oh my god, I'll work hard till I can pay for it, Apollo. So please, I'll go. It's like... He's begging. It's too late, there's nothing more to be done. Also, it's like inoperable. That's so freaking bad. But you always say a dragon never yields, so... Oh my, this game... Oh, I can't even finish some sentences, guys, so why are you giving up now? Oh, Dirk must feel... Like, Dirk hearing that as well, it must, like really, like... hurt, right? And I know Apollo's not trying to hurt him at all. He's not. Because Apollo's hurt right now. Apollo's scared right now. Jesus freaking Christ. Apollo, I'm sorry. I really am. I don't understand. It's freaking brutal. He literally just got back his dad. Why is this happening, Dirk? Why? Listen, Apollo. I've got a favor to ask you. Would you keep quiet a bit? I don't want my fellow dragons to find out. Do you think they'll... Oh my god. Do you think that he's thinking they might lose hope or something? In some way? That's so brutal. That's so brutal. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They'd always lose hope if they knew I was dying. Would you do that for me? Of course. Why is this happening now? Just when I was finally... Oh no, I can't even finish these sentences. Just when it's finally starting to feel like you really are and he's going to say, Dad, isn't your father? This is what I was talking about. He just got to know his dad again. Oh, you need to stop. This is so brutal. I thought that this time we'd finally... But now... And Athena feels too, like those showing those shots as well. Because again, he finally reconnected with his dad. He finally did. Apollo. Listen, son. I don't have much longer to live. This is so freaking brutal. This is awful. But I'll never let them execute me, not before I finish one. And that's the thing, I agree with this too, by the way. Like, I would never let him get executed. Even if he's going to die anyway, I'm not going to let him get executed. I know, Dirk, there's no way I'm going to let them prove you guilty. Before he goes, I'm going to turn back time by righting the wrongs that have been done. I'm going to restore Dirk's freedom. You can hear this change in determination and return a real smile to Nayuta's face. That is such a beautiful thing to say as well. This is one of the craziest episodes we've done. It's so nuts, and I'm going to win this case. I just have to. Son, I have one more big secret. What are we talking about now? What, there's something else you've been hiding from me? I'm afraid I can't tell you what it is. What? I'd be betraying a certain someone if I did? Is he talking about Nayuta? What's that supposed to mean? Forgive me. Oh, so he's making us aware of the secret, but not exactly telling us what it is. Jesus Christ. That's the only way. I don't understand, Dirk. I'm sorry, I keep getting stopped, guys, for a second, just like with everything that's happening now. Apollo, in court tomorrow, you may find yourself faced with a truth that is difficult to accept. Oh, what are we? There's gonna be more I mean, it's an Ace Attorney trial, so there's gonna be more harsh truths. Of course there is. But I know you, and I know you can handle the truth no matter what it turns out to be. I know that because I believe in you. You're my son, after all. I feel sick. I actually feel sick. What is he talking about? Wait, he's not going to reveal that he actually is the... I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that. I think there's other truths to be told here as well. Looks like we've run out of things to discuss. Phoenix stepping in the right moment here. Apollo? Are you okay? I'm fine. Whoa. What is that? What are we... Oh, it's... Rebels? What's going on out there? Sounds like the party is getting started without me. It's the rebels. Oh my god. It's coming from the temple. Let's go, Apollo, and take a look. So the rebels have started. Oh my god, this is the craziest episode. Guys, I need like several hours. I need several hours. We are going to be in the episode here, guys, on the cliffhanger, and I'm sorry for that. But I legitimately don't think like I could give the wherewithal, I think, to fully do whatever's coming next. And I think, coming back as refreshed as possible is genuinely the best thing I want to do for this, because this was a crazy episode. I almost like, and this is how crazy the ending part of this was. I've almost forgotten what happened with the start of the freaking mission with us in the hideout. But obviously we were exploring the hideout, and guys, I can't believe what's I'm like, and you know me, I'm a yapper. This is a crazy reveal for this, and I feel it for Apollo so freaking much. Apollo's world just got turned upside down in 2 seconds. I think the info that's revealed if you can just say that, like in the law offices themselves with that, is that there is something held over Nayuta's head, and there is and we got a little bit of information on what happened with, like, say, like the night that Apollo's dad died. We got some documentation on the assassination of Amara and all this stuff as well. And we got to like see have a conversation and have like an interesting look at the way the rebellion is getting stronger. The rebellion's getting better. More people are joining. We Believe is also getting involved in that too. We got to have a look around as well and have some conversations about the law offices. We saw that they're still holding on to hope that they will have these law offices after everything is said and done. We saw all that stuff. But I think the big moments in the whole case, guys, is what happened at the end here. First of all, Nayuta not being able to take the badge off of his dad shows that he does still have thoughts where he cares somewhat about his dad, and the belief then that he has something held over him is definitely a massive deal. It's definitely a big thing. And obviously the reason he didn't take it off him is because he still, I think, believes in that badge in some way. He has to, right? Or still believes in his dad in some way. But the big moments here, guys, we have to say, the Amara reveal that she's not dead. Insane stuff. Because I never noticed the book. Through this whole time, I never noticed the book. She was put into hiding away from Dirk, but he still broke her out of prison and her hiding. But then she was captured again, so it's presumably she's still alive. And that could be the thing that they're holding over. They're holding it over Dirk's head, Igna was, but that could be what they're holding over Nayuta's head as well. It's a great reveal because it's one of those Ace Attorney moments where like everything seems normal in the picture, But then you think twice about it. And you go, oh my god, the freaking Defiant Dragon logo, the timeline isn't right. And it literally sent me into I was so excited about it because it's such a great reveal, but that means Amara is still out there somewhere. And which to me then, Rafa's reaction to it says that she saw Amara before in a picture or something, and then she saw the Defiant Dragon logo too and was like, there's some lies that have been told to me. So she believes that someone's lying to her too. But the reveal that Amara this whole time, which was one of the reasons the Defense Culpability Act was started, being a farce, is huge. It's absolutely huge. It's so big. Because that means they really set up Dirk for this. And that this woman who is a symbol of, why they started this whole act in the first place is actually still living and breathing. The whole system is not only based upon lies in terms of framing Dirk, it's based upon lies in terms of their beautiful, lovely queen that they loved being gone. And then after that, we had the reveal that Dirk is sick in some way, and he doesn't have long to live. And the heartbreaking aspect of this that is incredibly heartbreaking is that now Apollo has to deal with the fact that he just found his dad again, and he might soon lose him once again. He said, and you saw it in the pictures of him getting saved by his dad when he was younger. You saw him in the pictures of him getting saved in the water by his dad when he's older. He finally is feeling like he has his father back. And that is so heartbreaking. Because it's already heartbreaking on the base level that someone is dying. But then it's heartbreaking in the idea that he's going to lose his dad just when he found him again. And I totally agree with Dirk, by the way. Some people might say, oh, well, don't defend me because... the thing is, someone could argue, why would you make Apollo defend him when he was going to die anyway? But my argument is, that's like the Defiant Dragons. They would, Well, he didn't make Apollo defend him, I want to say that there. But yeah, the Defiant Dragons would, rather die, of old age than die by being executed by the Garan regime. And it's so crazy as well that we thought that as well, he doesn't even want to tell anyone. Dats doesn't even know because he doesn't want anyone to know because he doesn't want them to lose hope because he is a shining beacon of hope to all the rebels. If they knew that he was dying, it happens sometimes. If you think your leader is on their way out, there's turmoil. There's who's going to be the next leader. There's questions. It happens. It does 100% happen. It's happened throughout history. But I think that what we saw here with him putting the badge in Apollo's hands, him putting the badge in Apollo's hands, him, giving him that symbol, the idea of you are going to become, you keep this safe. Him saying you keep this safe isn't just keep my badge safe from me. When I give someone my phone before I jump in the pool. That's not what it is. It's take this. This is a symbol of the rebellion. It's a symbol of my, I said future, but I guess not anymore, but the future of the law offices, the future for everyone in this kingdom. I trust you with this. Intentionally so. It's such a dark but beautiful moment. And now we know with him handing him this badge, it's also I'm going to die soon. And he's handing all of the rest of his life in Apollo's hands, basically. This beautiful moment between Dirk and Apollo and all this stuff here, it drives home the fact that as I said, this is going to be a very personal case, but now it's going to be such an emotional case because we know that no matter what, we're going to win this. No matter what, we have to win this. But the thing is, always in the back of Apollo's mind now is, I'm going to lose my dad soon. And you know what's so interesting though, and I think it's something to be proud of, and it's something Dirk will be proud of. I think if Apollo wins this, his dad's going to get in one of his final times in life and final years or whatever in life, he got to watch his son carry on the Defiant Dragon name in court. And if Apollo's successful, we see Nayuta smile again, just like in that photo. That would be the best gift you could ever give Dirk before he goes, is a victory, and in the space of one period of time, getting both of his sons back. It'd be so huge. Sorry if I missed some stuff, guys. This was a very crazy end to this as well. The rebellion starting, it seems, outside the temple. We're gonna have to see what's happening with that next. A very emotional, heavy time, a very shocking time. But I actually think it's a really awesome story. And I think, like, you know, Ace Attorney doesn't shy away from doing heartbreaking stuff, and we see that here. They're definitely not shying away from this. So I thank you guys for checking this out. I thank you guys for supporting me and always being very nice to me. And this playthrough has been so fun. And before I go, I will say that, like, I think we're heading towards, obviously, the final stages of this game. And I want to say to you guys, and I'm not going to get sappy, I'm just going to say that you have made this playthrough so enjoyable. I love hearing your thoughts. I love hearing your corrections. I love hearing your opinions against mine or for mine or with mine. I love it. It's been such a joy. And we still have a lot of ways to go, because if this investigation is this long, that means the trial is going to be, like, probably longer.
Will you be joining us? Then it's settled.
But I'm very excited to do this with you guys. I really am. I couldn't ask for a better audience to do this with. I really couldn't. I've hit the jackpot so many times with this, because legitimately, even my friends say this. They check out my comment section sometimes and they're like, how do you consistently have such a good audience? And there's some people who think this, and I'm just saying this right now, there's some people who legitimately think that I ban like 20 accounts a day or something, and that's how I get, like, because we get, like, I'd say on average now we get like 1,200 comments a month. So people think I, like, delete, like, so many comments and that's how it gets so nice. It's literally not the case. It's literally just, like, for some reason, I'd say I get 3 nasty comments a week, and they don't even get removed. You know what I mean? If they're really bad, like if they're like homophobic or, you know, racist, they get kicked out, of course. But like sometimes if someone's just being mean, it's left there. So I'm very lucky. Guys, thank you so much for watching this, and I'll say thank you so much. If you want to see this playthrough, if you want to see this playthrough early, you can see it on Patreon or memberships at the lowest tier, which is the €1 or $1 tier. I think it's $1.60 or 50, but €1. And you'll be able to see every episode early, whether it be 1 or 2 days early, sometimes 3 days early. For example, this video that you're watching right now, which is the Monday video, released on Friday. So you have to see those videos at that time. And say the Monday video last week released on Thursday. So you get to see videos very, very early. And if you want to do all the other stuff, there's like other stuff on the Patreon and YouTube membership too. Like, for example, the names that are going across the screen right now is the credits. You get that for €10, or I think it's $12, I think, or €17 for me to read out all the names, which I'm going to do right now, and to read out your name, which is Tyfire2, Jamie Bull, Johnny the Banana, The Ghost Inazuma, Felicitas Felix, Ewald, Anusta, Isasim, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Leon, High Kasperian, Jared Beanham, Neo Wright, and at the highest tier on YouTube, Royal Gamer 7, Blasco, and Lucen Huggy. See you soon, guys. Bye bye.